Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that is it. That is exactly what should be happening. Right there. And yeah, of course it goes back down. That should be happening too.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Alright. I know this is turning into a bit of a daily ritual at this point, but bear with me. I think we're finally entering the end game. Instead of the subscriber counts not moving as they should do depending on time zones, last night I think the subscriber race between PewDiePie and T-Series went exactly to plan. And I think eventually, maybe next week, T-Series will have that lead that the analytics suggest that they should have. And after that introduction, cue the dislikes. I love saying this word. Sitrep from yesterday. T-Series has just overtaken PewDiePie as the time zones fall into their favour. And if we start running the clock, then we should see T-Series stride ahead exactly as they should do. Now, get ready for some graphical trickery. This is going to really impress you. Here are the sub counts and differences between the two at exactly the same time 24 hours earlier, with PewDiePie in the lead. In both cases, T-Series is getting more subscribers than PewDiePie at this point in the day. But note how once the sub count really tightens up on the bottom row, it seemingly gets stuck between 1,000 subscribers. In the natural flow of organic subscribers, that shouldn't happen. It should do exactly what's happening today or last night on the top row, with T-Series building up a huge lead. And here we are at their peak of 32,000 subscribers ahead, the biggest margin they have ever had in this race by a huge margin. Now let's bring in the time zones again and note how T-Series' home country of India winds down for the day. The Western world wakes up, the sub count starts to shift back in PewDiePie's favour, and he claws back those numbers. All the while the sub gap on the bottom row from 24 hours doesn't go anywhere. This sub gap time lapse feels somewhat logical and organic. This sub gap time lapse feels artificial, hacked, manipulated. And that's what's been happening for the last 2 weeks. Now to finish off with, there is a little bit of irony because we're back where we started. PewDiePie claws back the gap, which puts him ahead moving into today. But this time T-Series led for an uninterrupted 11.5 hours. And as I finish this recording at the end of the day for the Western world, T-Series is 18,000 subscribers behind. I think we might be going into the weekend with this one. I think we're now that close to the day where T-Series leads PewDiePie for a full 24 hours in this subscriber race, which means they will officially become the most subscribed to channel on YouTube. And with all that being said, I'll get back to my time-lapse recordings and see what happens. And we might hit 300,000 subscribers by the next time I speak to you. Psst, come here. Shh, don't tell